next morning, and a chilly one at that, must be 68 degrees. But the management of the restaurant anticipated that, so they supplied us with a Berber throw. Busy day today, balloon ride over Krakow, a personal Krakow city tour, the human body exhibition, dinner with a show afterwards.
Jako zachowanie ryzykowne i spowodują przerwanie lotu. Lot może zostać skrócony z powodu złych warunków atmosfery.
We are about to lift off to 380 feet above the Vistula River, and I don't know what this guy is saying, but it should be a good ride.
Życzymy miłego lotu.
Welcome on board the High Flyer viewing platform.
Thank you.
Before the liftoff, please spread evenly around the gondola and hold on to the handrails. Do not push your camera, mobile phone or any other objects through the net. They could fall and cause damage. The flight will be terminated in the case of any dangerous behavior. Flights may be limited by the weather conditions or passenger discomfort. The speed of the ascent is 35 meters per minute. Have a nice flight.
This is the beautiful Vistula River. It's the longest and largest river in Poland. It is 651 miles long, the same river we were on up in Warsaw, about 200 miles north of here. Now, off in the distance, which the camera didn't pick it up, but the Tetra Mountains are visible. That's the mountain range that forms a natural border between Slovakia and Poland. They're the highest mountain range in the Carpathian Mountains.
During the landing, please and hold on to the rails. Thank you for flying with us.
Welcome back. There. One of the best ways to see the sights in a city is to take one of these authorized personal tours. English.
Hello, welcome to Krakow, the former capital city of Poland, site of the coronation and burial of many Polish kings and princes. In 1978, Krakow was designated a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site, and in the year 2000 had the honor to be the European Capital of Culture. Krakow is home to the Polish Nobel Prize winners Wisława Szymborska and Czesław Miłosz, Oscar winner Andrzej Wajda, and composer Krzysztof Penderecki. Let us begin a journey through our magical Krakow.
We warmly welcome you on a tour which follows the traces of the Holocaust in Krakow. Together, we are going to visit places, buildings and monuments connected with the history of Jews' extermination in Poland, which should be known by everyone.
Oh, yes.
From the founding of the Kingdom of Poland in the 11th century, through the early years of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, created in 1569, Poland was one of the most tolerant countries in Europe, situated in the place of today's tram stop, to the extermination camps in Auschwitz. The day of the closure of the ghetto was later called the Bloody Thursday. Today, in the square, we can see some chairs that symbolizes the persecution. When after the ghetto's closure in this place, there were stocked pieces of furniture of the Jews who lived in the ghetto.
We are turning into Augustianska Street, where the Gothic Church of St. Catherine is located. It was financed by King Casimir the Great in the 14th century, but it was never completed due to, among other reasons, earthquakes. Along with St. Mary's Church, situated in the market square, it is the largest Gothic structure in Krakow.
Yeah.
Smell.
Countries. Gone are the days when you used to light a candle. Today, you drop a grosa or a zloty in the slot and a candle lights up. In honor of Pope John Paul II, after all, he was born about 20 miles southwest of here, in a little town called Wadowicz.
There is another very popular church on the hill.
We approach Skałka, a limestone hill associated with St. Stanislaus of Szczepanów. The site is called the Canossa of the Polish kings, and it constitutes, after Wawel, a second national pantheon.
The founder of the cosmetic empire. The street is situated between the old synagogue from the south and a huge pig.
We are now entering Szeroka Street, which constituted the centre of Jewish life. In its environs, a complex of buildings characteristic of Jewish culture came into being. Is found a 17th century Popper synagogue, restored after the war and designated for cultural purposes.
For centuries, Poland has been unique shelter for persecuted and expelled European Jewish communities. Oskar Schindler's factory. Schindler was an opportunistic businessman, one of many who sought to profit from the German invasion of Poland in 1939. He gained ownership of a factory in Krakow from a Jewish industrialist named Nathan Würzel. Schindler renamed the factory called Rekord into Deutsche Meile Warenfabrik to manufacture enamelware. He obtained around 1,000 Jewish slave laborers to produce military armament. Initially, Schindler may have been motivated by money, hiding wealthy Jewish investors, for instance. By later on, he began shielding his workers without regard for cost. Their working conditions were much better than the ones in Nazi work camps. Schindler also reportedly began to smuggle children out of the ghetto, delivering them to Polish nuns, who either hid them from the Nazis or claimed they were Christian orphans. He was arrested twice on suspicion of black market activities, but he would typically bribe government officials to avoid investigation. As the Red Army drew nearer to Auschwitz and the other easternmost concentration camps, the SS began evacuating the remaining prisoners westward. Schindler persuaded the SS officials to allow him to move his 1,100 Jewish workers to Brnenec in Nazi-occupied Czechoslovakia. It was then when the famous Schindler List was created, sparing the Jewish people from certain death in the extermination.
We stopped in to see the human body exhibition. We've seen the inside and outside of the human body like most people will never see. No cameras. We checked out of the Vanilla Apart Hotel and checked into the Vypinski, located right directly in town with a park right across the street. It's a basic 3-star hotel, but offers most amenities that any 4 or 5-star hotels offer. You just have to keep in mind that European hotel rooms are much smaller than Western hotels.
A nuclear reactor has been shut down in the US after a leak.
I gotta go in. Phyllis is telling me we have to dress for dinner. We have an interesting evening, a real fine dinner and a traditional Polish dancing and music show following the dinner. This is a magnificent neo-Renaissance building in which the restaurant is located in. It's also one of the most interesting Krakow architectural monuments of the late 19th and early 20th century. Under the name of the Officers' Mess, this edifice served as a place for social and architectural meetings of Austrian and Army soldiers. From 1897 on, a military restaurant continuously functioned here. For some time, the building was residence for Marshal Pilsudski. He invited their highly respected military men, Western chefs of staff, and representative of crowned heads. The rich history and architectural qualities of Art Nouveau interior make the building a unique element of Krakow's cultural world, so far underestimated or even forgotten. Let's join Phyllis to see what we're having for dinner this evening.
And rest.
I'm getting the duck.
Oh, you're getting...
Okay, tonight we are dining on our duck, and Phyllis has some other type of European dinner, whatever that might be. So, let's see how the duck is tonight. Along with dinner, we were invited to a show of traditional Polish dancing, and it's just right upstairs. We arrived sociably late, so most of the patrons now are already upstairs, but we still have 20 minutes. This is actually the restaurant music, so I didn't have to add any at this point. We took our time and shared each other's dinners and drank some cold Polish beer. Phyllis was surprised how good the duck tasted, and as a matter of fact, it turned out to be the best dinner I had in any of the countries we visited in Europe. Okay, now we're doing a little bit of dessert, and I'm doing the crepes with fruit, and Phyllis is doing the apple pie with ice cream, with a bit of European coffee. A little audience participation. I'm sure if I was in my seat, I would have volunteered to go up. Krakow at night. Krakow at night. 8:30 p.m. Tomorrow, part 7, we tour more of Krakow's architecture and cultural activities in the square by horse and carriage again.